with Armory Guard.
Sure, sure. We'll keep on going back to Armory Guard. This is part two of our review of RTR. So I only have the free Bandicam, so it's up to 10 minutes. We got Azuri's Justicar, who is like an Azuri's Arrestor, but he detains two creatures, and he's a 2/2, so he can live a little bit longer, most likely.
So he's twice. He's like two Azurius Arrestors with only 2 power.
Yeah, I think he's very well. Um, Azuri's Key Rune. Key runes are kind of nice. I just learned recently that when you make the creature, it can attack as soon as it comes in for some reason. I forget why, but it was some stupid rule. And then, yeah, key runes are nice. It can help your mana curve, I guess, but it also, you can, like, with this one, you can beef out a flyer to block, or you can beef one up to swing for 2 over the head.
If you block with an Azorius Keyrune, does it die?
Yeah, if it dies, then the key rune gets discarded.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so we got Zero's Elock Tutors or whatever. It's pretty much he Fiberblasts.
I call it
And
Azor's Electors.
yeah, I mean I like him. He's a very good win con. Like I try to make a deck around him winning, but
But
yeah,
it never works.
yeah. Maybe once Gate Crash comes out, it might work better. And we got Batterhorn here.
Batterhorn.
Enters battlefield as short target artifact. It's has sideboard for limited all over it.
It's like a red naturalize for 5
Yep.
that comes with a
Actually, you can
4/3.
use Ancient Grudge, which does the same thing. That's not a creature for 1 mana that you can flash back for green. A little bit better. We got
Yeah,
Barzar
a bit better.
Krovod. When it attacks our creature, target attacking creature gets +0/2 until end of turn. Untap that creature. So you swing with both guys. You can give one of them +2/0 if he's gonna die, and you can untap him so you can block again.
That's nice.
Yeah, he's pretty good in limited actually. Bellows Lizard, it's one of those classic. You can beef it up with so much mana. Not that great. Okay, it's
It's
good.
1/1 for 1 though.
Yeah.
It serves its purpose, I guess. And if it needs, it can deal a bit more damage.
So we're now on page 2. Ballistic Coil
Hey,
weird.
there's
Whenever
only like 47 pages.
whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Untap it. That can be useful. Let's say you Azuri's Charm something on top of its owner's library. You untap your Blister Cold Weird. It gets +1/+1, becomes a 2/2, and you can block if you already swing previous turn. You can also attack, then Pillar of Flame, Searing Spear. He keeps on getting beefed up every time.
Yeah. I don't know these cards, but that does sound good for the way you explained it.
And it's a 1-drop that, as at any land you have, it's a 1-drop. So you get it on the first turn. Blood Crypt. It's one of
Josh
those.
had a Blood Crypt.
I did, but I traded it in because I don't like them as much as Dragon Skull Summits, and I'll get in the argument later. But for right now, it's one of those shocklands is what they're being called right now, and then we got Bloodfray Giant, which is pretty good for what it does. It can come out as a 4/3 or a 5/3 trample if you have it
You mean
unleash.
5/4 trample
Sorry,
unleash?
5/4 trample. If when you unleash it, but you can't block, but it's a 5/4
Which
trample. Like you swing, it's not probably going to die, and the trample effect's going to continue on over.
yeah, that's not really something you would save for blocking. So I suppose that unleash ability works there.
Because trample only works when you
Attack.
so blocking with trample, no use. And it's only a 4-drop, so you can see it out and possibly turn 3 or 4 with. It's mostly run in Rakdos decks, aggro Rakdos. Then we got Bluster Squall. You tap target creature you don't control, you can overload it. It's good for control. I've seen it a lot on sideboards for blue decks because you can board it in for like token decks, and you can overload it and tap old creatures they person controls. And Danny wants to talk to me.
Oh, Danny wants to talk to you.
Yeah, just don't ignore it for right now. So we got
Oh, Danny just got online.
I
Yeah,
know. I'm declining his
Danny and
call.
I actually need to record a Minecraft video, but I'm doing
On.
this right now.
Yeah, we're gonna do another one after this video. So back on track. Talking about sideburns. You
Yeah,
get
nobody cares about Minecraft
Bush
videos.
Strider 3-1 Vigilance. He's good. When I drafted Slesnia, I had two of him. They're pretty good.
He's pretty good as an attacker. Doesn't look like much for a blocker though.
No,
3-1 for 2 though. That's
decent.
if you're playing against a slow deck that might not have a creature out by then. That's a solid 3 damage.
Yeah.
That will be insignificant by the time the game actually gets going.
So we get call for the
Call of the
conclave.
Conclave.
I'll put him on hold. Answer this call will activate. We'll put your activated call on hold or
It'll pretty
decline.
much close out the call.
Hold on,
of us.
audience. I need to send a message to Danny.
Danny's being retarded.
Wait.
He's on a mobile device anyway. He's not on his
Recording
computer.
a video.
Danny, you're so annoying when we're trying to
so
record.
Call of the Conclave's good for tokens. Yeah.
I had that in a token deck. Actually, no, I didn't. Mikey did.
Yeah, he did.
Mikey,
so
same guy by the little
got
brother with the
cancel.
Angel of Serenity. He uses that, and
We
it's successful.
yeah, whatever. No one cares. We get cancel. One of those, one of the most classic counter target spell because it's cancel. What do you think it's gonna do?
It's gonna put a 3/3 creature on the battlefield
Yeah,
and
like
call the Conclave. Call the Conclave will counter target spell, and cancel will put a 3/3 green centaur on the battlefield.
Makes sense.
I know that makes so much sense.
Man, it's printed a lot. So we get Carnival Hellstein. First strike haste. When I was trying Rakdos aggro, he was really good. You unleashed him, or I tend to not to unleash him, because I like having first strikers for blocking because it intimidates. They won't swing. So we got Catacomb Slug, limited. Don't need to talk about that much. It's a simple 2/6 for 5. Centaur Healer. I like this card. You pay the 3 mana, you drop him in, you gain 3 life, he's a 3/3. It's for 3 mana, that's a pretty decent mid-range creature.
I gotta get back to the Gatherer. What are you talking about?
Centaur
Catacomb
Healer?
Slug?
No, Centaur Healer.
Centaur Healer. Okay.
Yes,
I'm sorry, I was sending a message to Danny. He was like, "Sup, bro?" And I'm like, "We're recording."
So we got Centaur's Herald. Sack him, put a 3/3 Centaur creature token for 3 mana. And limited, it's good for tokens and Celestia.
That feels like it could be its purpose could be served a lot better with Call of the Conclave, but if you're doing mono green, that would be good.
Also, if you're drafting, you can't get called Conclave. Centaur Herald can make up for it. Chaos Imps, they're flying unleash, and it has trample as long as it's plus. And so if you unleash it, it becomes a 7/5 flying trample. They're good for aggro, Rakdos. Chemist's Trick. Target creature you don't control gets -0. You can overload it. I see it for limited more, not really mainboarding on standard or modern too much, because it's not that great for the mana.
Wow, Danny, really?
So, we got Chorus.
I'm sorry, Danny just said you want some ice with that burn, and that doesn't even make sense.
So, Chorus of Might, until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control and gains trample. I saw this when, actually a tournament, for drafting. What this guy did, he drafted really good. A lot of low hit creatures, but what he did was he got, Armada Worm out there. Swan. Armada Worm wasn't good to kill, because it wouldn't get enough trample damage, sure he's going to lose the game. Dropped Chorus of Might, he had like 7 creatures out. It gets +7/7 in trample for the game.
This is all of Danny's retarded messages he keeps sending me.
Chromatic.
I am just closing Skype.
Hold on.
So back to the video.
Chromatic Lantern. It's a really good artifact actually. 3 drop lands can produce any mana you want, and it can produce any mana you want. Guess what? You're combining 2 guilds together. We got Chronic Flooding.
I got Danny.
Enchant land becomes tap, put top 3 cards. Really good for mill. In standard mill, you want to run this probably because it just pisses people off. and it was pretty good in